Hi everyone, I am Regina Sellers and I'm the creator of Pro Bow the Hand. This video is for my left-handed friends. I'm going to try to do this as best I can because I'm very right-handed. But as you'll see, this is a right to left hand movement as we make our bow. But we're going to start from the left. We're going to put our spool holder on the left, and I think that you'll really enjoy this. So let's begin. For this delightful package bow, the recipe is large hand. We'll be using the large hand to make this bow. I will be putting my center finger on row C. I'm going to have that real pretty little loop in the center. I'm going to be using fingers 1 and 2, right and left on row D. So that's the bow recipe. Okay? Now, as you can see, I have put my spool holder on the left. And I'm going to really try very hard to use my left hand predominantly. So let's see how I do. You reach over and get a little bit wire. Okay, here we go. Y'all, I'm using 26 gauge wire. I buy it pre-cut and it's 18 inches long. But I always use 26-inch gauge to make my bows. And this is just a little information for you. If I was making a tree topper, I might add a second piece of wire, maybe a 24 gauge wire at the end. But for package bows, I always use 26 gauge wire. Okay, let's come in just a little bit. As you can see, I want y'all to have the best view possible and to see just absolutely as much as you can. I've put my spool holder on the left, and you can see I'm pulling off to the left. You never want to pull off to the right, because if you do, your ribbon will come across your board, and you never want that to happen. You want to spool off to the left. Okay? When I'm using one ribbon, I always put it on the second hole, and then I let my ribbon come around this dowel. It helps keep my ribbon coming along the bottom of my board, and that's where you want it, so you get no twisting and your ribbon isn't in your way. Okay, so that's just a little helpful tip. Okay, so you want to keep this ribbon on that spool as long as possible, so you never have any twist. Okay, so let's begin making the bow. You're going to pinch. You're going to swing this around in your right hand, coming from behind with my 26 gauge wire. See there? I'm going to make my little pinch just as nice and neat as possible, and I'm going to pull my wire to me. 1, 2, wire up, wire down. See how nice and neat that looks? Super simple. You do this in moments. Okay? Now, you're going to come around your base finger. You're going to go around your center dowel. You're making the center loop of your bow. You're going to pinch. And you always come up to the center of the dowel. You never work all the way down at the bottom. If you do, your bow will be totally lopsided. Okay? Let's go in a little closer. I want you to see this just as good as possible. Okay, let me turn this a little bit more. Okay? Now, what you want to do with your piece of wire that's up, let me arrange this. It's kind of caught in my ribbon there. There you go. You want one piece of wire up, one piece of wire down. So there's down and there's up. You're just going to hold this, like I said, in the middle of the base dowel, and you're going to go up, and you're going to go counterclockwise with your wire, and you're going to go up. What we're doing now is attaching the ribbon to the bow maker and just getting this piece of wire out of the way for now. Okay, we're going to use that at the end. You're going to switch hands. You're going to go around your nail just once. That's all that's needed. You don't have to go round and round and round. That's just totally unnecessary. And stick that little piece under there. Get that out of your way. You don't want anything to get caught in your wire. And that's it. Your center loop of your bow is made. Okay? So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my finger here. What is so important, and this is what is so incredibly hard about making bows in your own hand, is to be able to get the stack straight. You have to be able to keep that stack coming straight out. That's incredibly hard to do in your own hand. That's the reason why if you've been making bows and you get all kind of long loops on one side and short loops on the other, that's the reason why. It's incredibly important to keep the stack straight, okay? So I'm going to put my finger here and watch. I'm going to put the bottom edge of the ribbon to my finger. I always want to keep the bottom edge of the ribbon in sight. Okay, so you see how I can see the bottom edge of my ribbon? And so I pinch to my finger and then I say bottoms up. I'm bringing the bottom edge of my ribbon up. And I'll show you why that is so important in a moment. We all know that in bow making it's about the pinch and the twist. And so you just want to make sure that you twist in this way. Bring the bottom edge up. Now, this is an exaggerated movement, but as I want you to see just how I move my hands. I always do it this way. See, it's just a smooth, easy glide, never any just clenching the ribbon. You're used to doing that if you're making bows by hand. So this is just a smooth, easy glide. And you see how I just drop it right off the tip of my pointer finger. Drop it down, and that's all there is to it. Okay? And basically, I've shown you everything that there is to know. That's all there is to this. Okay? You've attached the ribbon to the bow maker, and you've put your wire up and down. You've pinched and twist, and that's it. We will just continue now doing that over and over. It's very repetitive, just like in bow making. Put your finger here, bring the bottom edge. See how I come in sideways? Because I'm working that twist up. Okay, there's my pinch, bow making, pinch and twist. There, it's a nice little gather. See how I'm gathering down? There's the twist. Okay, pull a little bit of ribbon around. Y'all don't jerk a whole lot of ribbon around. There's no reason to. You want that ribbon to stay on that spool holder as long as possible. Never want twisted ribbon, okay? Smooth, easy glide, drop it over. Okay. This is how it should look. You see how I made each pinch, each twist exactly on top of the previous one before. That's exactly how you do it. Extremely important. If I would have come up the dowel or down the dowel, I would end up with a very lopsided bow and just a big mess. So you just do your pinch and twist exactly over the one previous. Okay, so here we go. Finger here, bottom edge of my ribbon to my finger. There's my pinch, there's my twist. I'm going to hold it with my thumb. Now I'm using my fingers like this. Drop it over. Okay, this is what I want you to see. Very important. You see how this little twist, see the twist in my ribbon? See how this twist is starting here? We never want twisted ribbon again. Okay? That is why we do the bottoms up movement. See the twist? Magically, it's going to go away. Finger here, bottom edge to my finger. There's my pinch. There is my twist. See it going away? Look, it's gone. The twist is now gone. There's my smooth, easy glide. Drop it over. Now, my ribbon from my hand to my spools will never be twisted. You will never have ribbon rolling all over the floor. You'll never have twisted ribbon. Okay? That's why the bottoms up movement is incredibly important. And it's just so easy. It's the natural flow of it anyway. There you go. To the side, there's the pinch. Bottoms up. Bring the bottom edge of your ribbon up. You can put your thumb there to hold it if you would like. And there's my smooth, easy glide. There it goes. I'm going over fingers 1, right and left, 3 times for this particular bow. Finger here. There's my pinch. There's my twist. And drop it over. And that's, y'all, that's all there is to it. Now, there's another little trick I would like to show you. You may have heard before of my helping hand wire. I give classes on this all the time. If anybody does anything wrong, the hardest part people seem to have is that they just pull the ribbon too hard. They just, For some reason, I think it's because you're used to making bows in your own hands and everybody's holding on for dear life. And you don't have to do that. Just let it come around the dowel, okay? But if you have a tendency to pull too hard, what will happen is your stack. And this is what I call the stack. This is where all your ribbon stacks out as you're making your twist. You know how like you've tried to hold all of that in your hand? Well, that is the stack of the bow. And you see how this is, each pinch, each twist is directly on top of the previous one, okay? If you pull in too hard, what will happen is your stack will just start rising up. And that'll just cause you a mess. And you don't want that to happen. You want to be able to control this stack and keep it directly coming straight out the bottom. And this is especially true if you're making great big bows and just using, maybe like on tree toppers, and maybe you're putting 30 yards of ribbon on the bow maker. But for right now, let me show you, just because we can, you might just want to use this. But what you want to do is add a second wire. And this is just optional. This is just if you want to, okay? But you see your center loop here? What you're going to do, and I want you to see this carefully. See your center loop? What you're going to do is take your second piece of wire and just drop it in that loop. Just drop it through. And you're just going to pull your piece of wire around to the bottom. You see how this is dead center of the bottom of your bow. And I'm still again using 26 gauge wire. You never want to use anything heavier than that because you don't want a lot of bulk. You don't want to build up bulk. So 26 gauge wire is plenty big enough. This is just a little helping hand, and it's just kind of holding your ribbon in place for you. So there, I've added it. I'm going to come up. You always want to tighten this. If you're going to use a little helping hand, you want to pull it tight. Because, like I said, you just want that to be very tight, and you don't want any wire build up in there, any bulkiness. Okay, so you see I've stuck that out of my way for now, and I put this one straight up. Again, this is optional. This is just if you want to use a helping hand wire, okay? If you tend to pull too tight. Okay, I've now finished. I've gone around fingers 1 and 2 right. Fingers 1 right and left 3 times. We're now going to move on to finger 2 left and right. We're going to do it 5 times. So here we go. There's my pinch, bottom to my finger. There's to my finger. There's my pinch. There's my twist. Y'all, it's just a little half twist. You can hold it with your thumb. See how I'm using my finger as my guide? Drop it over. Let me pull out a little ribbon. Finger. See how I'm keeping that bottom edge in sight? Little half twist, bottoms up. See how my ribbon is straight? Never have a twist in your ribbon again. Fingers like this. Drop it over. There's 1. Pinch, twist. There's 2. Pull some. Finger here. Pinch, twist. And there's 2 right. Okay, finger here, bottom, pinch, twist. See how that tended to kind of want to ride up? You can take your finger and just push it back down. There's your pinch, there's your twist. Drop it over. Finger here, keeping the bottom edge of your ribbon in sight. Pinch, twist. Drop it over. Okay, I'm getting a lot of, since I'm doing so many loops here, I'm doing 5 right on top of the other. I'll go ahead and use my helping hand wire. Okay, because what I want to do is control this stack. Okay, and I'm going to do it very tightly. As you can see, I'm pulling once around. That's all that's needed because you don't want a lot of wire build up there. And I want you to see this. See how this looks? See how the stack of my bow is completely controlled. Okay, the stack is coming. See, there's no loops down here. There's no loops up here. They're directly on top of each other. And look at my stack. See how it is perfectly one right on top of the other. You can can really control the stack of your bow using that little helping hand wire, but that is completely optional. I just want y'all to see that, okay? Let's see, I've lost count now. I did 1, 2, 3. 1. How many do I have there? 1, 1, 2. I think that's the third. Okay. Finger here. Let's get that, put that little piece of wire under there. Get it out of our way. 2 more times, y'all. Finger here. Bottom edge. Pinch, twist. Incredibly easy. Finger here. Bottom edge. Pinch to my finger. Pinch and twist. I think that's 4. Finger here. Bottom edge to my finger. There's my pinch. There's my twist. You can see, once you get these couple of little hand movements down, you can see how incredibly fast you can make your bows. Finger here, bottom edge. Bring the bottom edge up, bottoms up, pinch, twist. Bow making, it's all about that twist. And I do believe we are finished. Finger here, bottom edge. There's my pinch and twist. We always want to finish with the twist because we want to bring the bottom edge of our ribbon up. This is the top of our bow. This is the bottom of our bow. Now, I'm going to put my, let's see, you would probably do this with your left hand. So I'll put my right hand here, and I'm going to, I always finish off my bow with my top wire first. I always pull my top wire into my hand. This is my little helping hand wire. I always hold it into my top hand first. Come around your finger and just pull, because you want to get this really tight, and just wrap it around. Just once or twice. That's all. You don't want any more than that. You don't want to build up bulk in your bow. So that's what you do with your, you can pull this down. You can just pull it down and get it out of your way for now. That was your little helping hand wire. Now let's go get our original wire. Now, this is something that's very important. You went on with your top wire counterclockwise. You want to make sure you take it off clockwise. If you don't, you're just going to have wrapped it around your dowel, and you're going to have wrapped your whole bow to the bow maker. Okay, so that's just one little thing to remember. You go on counterclockwise. You make sure, and let's pull this, y'all. Don't jerk this straight up. Just give it a little bitty jiggle. If you just pull it just straight up, it will knot it. It'll make a knot in your wire. And so you went, like I said, you went on clockwise. You want to come off counterclockwise. Okay, put your finger here. I always hold it. Oh, wait, you would probably want to do it with your left hand. Let's see, I'm trying to remember, what hand would you probably want to do this with? You could hold it with your left hand or your right hand. Either way, whatever more comfortable for you. You can put your right hand there, hold it. You can come back with your left hand, get that off of your little nail. It's just one little jiggle. Go behind your finger, and y'all just pull up and down. Pull up and down. This is as tight as you possibly can do. Look, you can see. Look, look at my bottom finger. I'm pulling so hard, I'm making it white. I want y'all to realize I'm really pulling hard here. And look, I'm just going to go around. Once or twice, that's all that's necessary. And your bow is made. So it's just a couple little movements, little hand movements that makes it incredibly easy, and your bow is done. Now, let's open this, because this is another question I get all the time. Okay, we're using one ribbon. So how would you now get more than one tail on this bow? If I just take my ribbon and I cut it, and I pull it off over here and I cut it, I'll have one tail. But let's say I want 2 tails or 3. All I have to do is pull some ribbon around. See how I'm just making a circle? See how I've just made a circle? Let me pull the bow maker up on it, make sure on your camera. Y'all, that's why I watch on the Mevo, so that I'm giving you a good shot, hopefully. So you see how I've just made a circle and I've kept the pretty side out? That's what you want to do. Okay, there's my pinch, and I'm just going to sit it in the wire and just come around. Let me see if you, okay, see how I just pinched it right where my wire was, and I just go around with my wire once or twice, probably twice. Just go around, and now my ribbon is wired into the bottom of my bow, and then there's my loop. Now, I can cut this right here. I can cut this, and it'll give me 2 tails on this bow. But let's just be fancy and go ahead and pull this out. Let's cut this. Look, 1. Let's cut this. 2, 3. Now I have 3 tails to the bottom of this bow. Isn't that fancy? Okay. Now you can just lift. You can just lift your bow off. You can just lift it off if you want. If you've done it kind of tight, if you've done it kind of tightly, you can pull out your base finger. But I put mine, you can pull out your base finger and then the whole bow just comes off too. Okay, so that's 2 different ways you can get your bow off the bow maker. And there you are. You have a perfectly made hand-tied bow. Whenever I had my Christmas store, this is exactly what my bow, if I was making a bow by hand in my hand, this is the position that I would have been in, desperately trying to hold on to this ribbon, keeping the stack straight, and I would have been putting the wire through now. Okay, so you can see how this has made that process just incredibly easy. Once you get down those couple of little hand movements, which is really nothing actually, nothing at all, and you can just make these in moments. Now, another thing that I would like to tell you is, say you have all the grandkids and all the family coming for Christmas, and maybe you have 20 or 25 presents to wrap. What you can do is, beforehand, you can just, like at night, maybe you're watching a movie. Maybe you're watching a Hallmark Christmas movie. And what you can do is you can make up a lot of bows. So you can make up different sizes, different ribbons, however you want to decorate, and you can just close them up. You can just wrap your ribbon around them like this, and you can just put them in a box. And you can have them pre-made. And you can just go put them in a box somewhere and pick them up in a closet. And then whenever you're doing your gift wrapping, you can pull out some of your different bows you've made. Okay, you can attach them to your package and just fluff on your package. So this is incredibly easy. You can do a lot of bow making ahead of time. You can just pick them up like this. You don't have to fluff them. Just put them in a box and they're all ready. Okay, so that's another just a little easy tip. We used to do this all the time whenever I had my Christmas store. We pre-made bows. And it really helps whenever you get into the crazy season. Okay, you just pull them out, get them on your package, and you're ready to go. But for now, I'm going to be using my fluff box. Y'all can check out my fluff box on my website, probowthehand.com, and there's a whole video on the fluff box. So there you go. Let's pull our tails down, and then let's see, I'm going to start with my left hand. I'm going to hold this. I'm going to pull my first loop out with my left hand. But y'all, this really is a right and left hand movement, but I started with my left. Now I'm going to, look what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold this down and I'm going to pull this over here. Okay? And now I'm going to open this one. And this was my 3, this was the loop on the center finger. This was my 3 loops on my right. Okay, and now this is my loops that was on finger 2. And what you want to do is pull these all the way around. See, I started with my left. Now my right. And see how I do? You kind of put your fingers in there. You just pull them apart. And there is your perfect bow. And there's your fluffing. Whenever you get done, make sure you put your fingers in your little loops, pull them open. See how I just open my loops with my fingers, and there's your perfectly formed and perfectly made bow. And that's half. And this is the reason why I like to use my fluff box. Now, if I was wrapping gifts and this was a package, I would have just attached this to my package. And then I would just be spinning my package around. Again, look, I'm going to start with my left. Doesn't matter. There I went with my left. Now I'm going to go with my right. And you see, I can put my hand down and just pull. Make sure that you pull all the way over. And there you go. It's opened. Starting with my left. See, I want to pull this way over here. Pull it around. Don't be afraid to pull. You want to put your loops where you want them to be. You're the boss. Pull this over. Pull them apart. And there's all your little loops. There you go. And there is your perfectly made package bow. And let's finish it off. We want it to be pretty. Y'all, it seems like the thing this year is a curled ribbon, maybe with a little spiral, just however you would like it. So I'm going to go ahead and curl these up. Put just a tiny bit of spiral to them. That seems to be the thing this year, okay? You can do this however you like, okay? See how I just spin this around? Okay, curl it up, make it look pretty, make it look very finished, and there you are. A perfectly professional hand-tied bow. Oh, and I'm the world's worst. If y'all watched any of my other videos, y'all know I'm the foo-foo queen, and foo-foo means I just always seem like if I touch it just one more time, it'll just make it just be bow perfection. But I'll stop. And there we go. There is your bow. See there, I'm going to sit here and foo-foo with that a little bit. Oh, I'm the world's worst. But there, I'll stop. There is your perfectly made bow. And I started from the left, and I really hope that this helps you. So there you are. Happy bow making and Merry Christmas. Thank you.